Belum selesai kita bermigrasi dari jaringan 2G dan 3G ke 4G. Di era digitalisasi, Indonesia mau tidak mau harus bertransformasi ke platform 5G. Dan untuk membahasnya lebih dalam, sudah bersama saya Jerry Sopper, Presiden Direktur Ericson Indonesia. Jerry, hi.
Hi.
Okay. As you know that we are still comfortable in 2G and 3G network. So actually, what can we do in 5G technology?
I think everybody who's started to use downloading of videos and files and so on, as they do that more and more, they want to get faster and faster speeds. So, and as we've seen with 4G, as that's been deployed, the demand for data is increasing tremendously because people start to get used to these very fast downloads. So with 5G, it's going to add a whole new level of capability, because there'll be very high-speed downloads, but also the latency that's available will be very, very fast. So this means that videos and games and so on can work over the network in an incredibly fast way that users haven't experienced before.
Okay. Ericsson reports that telecommunication operator will grab the additional revenue 30% in 2026 if dealing with industrial digitalization in 5G technology. So how can 5G support the making of Indonesia 4.0?
Yeah, many of the UK use cases that are identified in the government's 4.0 initiative will be enabled and facilitated by 5G technology. So from the work that we've done, sort of investigating and working with partners, we estimate, as you correctly say, 30 to 40% incremental revenue opportunity in Indonesia. That amounts to about $6 billion of additional revenue. And this will be coming from many new applications and use cases that can run on the network that weren't previously capable in a sort of 3G or 4G world.
Okay, but how far is the progress in 5G technology in Indonesia? As we know that we are still providing the 4G LTE, right?
Yeah. I think the necessary steps are being taken and investigated and taken very seriously by the government, by the regulator, and certainly our partners, the operators in Indonesia, are looking at this in great detail. So we expect that the spectrum will be made available. We know that the government and regulator are working very hard to make that happen, and I think we'll hear announcements in due course about that. Operators are working with us and with others to look at what are the technology requirements, what are the backhaul requirements that will be needed to enable 5G. So we think a lot of good progress has been made. Still a lot more work to do, but we're certainly on the path to make 5G happen in Indonesia.
Talking about the investment, how big maybe Ericsson or any telecommunication operator have to spend money in 5G transformation?
Yeah, it's too early to say what is the amount of money that's required. I mean, Ericsson is investing billions of dollars in R&D every year, in radio technology and in the supporting core network and analytics and business control systems. So that work is ongoing. The operators as well, then, they're looking at what they need to do in terms of refarming spectrum and so on.
And about regulation, is there any obstacles that in this industry?
Yeah. No, I think the regulator and the government are very well aware of what will be required, and they're in a deep discussion, looking at what needs to be done, and I think they know exactly what will be required. So we're very confident that the government and regulator here will make available the required spectrum so that 5G can happen in the future.
Okay, so can you tell us that what kind of collaboration that can be built between Ericson Indonesia and telecommunication operator in building the 5G technology?
Yeah, we're saying very clearly that 4G is the foundation of 5G, and in a future scenario, these two technologies will be complementary to each other and working very closely together. So the work that we do today with our customers, the operators, and indeed we're having many discussions with them already about the future generations of radio that may be required as we move towards 5G.
Okay, so when Ericsson Indonesia will launch the 5G technology?
Well, that rests with the operators. They're the ones that can launch it. They have to get the spectrum and do it. We have to wait and see, I think. It's a little bit too early to say, but certainly as we get to 2020 and onwards, I'm sure we'll see an increasing trend of 5G as it starts to roll out.
Did you guys taking part in Asian Games 2018 in August?
Yes, we have some collaborations with the operators here to obviously support the Asian Games and the telecom requirements for that. We will support, of course, all our customers where we're expecting an influx of visitors. So the mobile experience that they have is very important. That's good for Indonesia to promote the capability.
Okay, thank you, Jerry, for your time, for having CNN Indonesia.
Thank you very much.